Hi, this is IGQ, and today I'm going to talk about my Asus Fire1 SATA hard drive mode. I was supposed to give you guys a detailed pic documentary, so to speak, picture documentary of how I did it, but one thing led to another, and I just went straight through the whole thing without bothering to document it. So I'll just explain how I went about it quickly here. A guide which I followed was from this guy. The aceguy.com, and he did a similar mode which I copied. Basically, he took a SATA cable, cut off the head as you can see here, and then he took a Molex to a SATA power cable, and he ripped out two of the corner cables and left the two center ones, as you can see here. And well, I had to strip, like he did. I had to strip the wires for the SATA cable, so I had bare wires which I could push through these holes on the motherboard. I think you can see it here. Let me just readjust this. Sorry for the glare. Sun is out today, and I didn't do this at night. But basically, yeah, you have to smack it through these wires. These holes on the motherboard. Now, basically, the way you had to get about doing this, putting those thin wires through the holes, is that you should desolder these low solder stuff, solder joints here. I had to desolder them. So what I did was I put some soda on, hot soda, then solder, sorry, not soda, hot solder, and then I use a soda sucker, which is this, and prime it, and sucked out the solder. Now this didn't work for all of them, so some of them still had some solder stuck inside, which no matter how hard I tried with the soda sucker, I just couldn't pull the suckers out. So in the end, I had to get a little bit more violent, and I basically took the tip of the soldering iron and I pushed it slowly through the hole quickly, about like half a second, push in one end, then I came in through the other end of the board and pushed again, and I kept on repeating the process until the solder more or less was squeezed out of the hole. And unfortunately I didn't do this properly for some of the other holes, which more or less burnt a bit of the solder point there, the hole, burnt off the solder and burnt some of the board, but thankfully that didn't affect the contact, the contact points underneath the motherboard, so between the layers of the motherboard, so to speak, sorry. And I managed to push this through it, and then I soldered through the top, and I soldered through the bottom, and I cleared off all the extra solder, and hopefully, I was hoping actually, because I just dumped a lot of solder on top of it, on top of the cable, wires on the top and the bottom, and I hoped that it would go through, past the wires and into the holes, fill it up more or less, which they did thankfully, and that's how that happened. And for the power, which was pretty simple, you only had to make sure the two center cables of the power thing was intact, and then what you did was you had to solder them into these 3 points here. And of course, since I didn't have the mad soldering skills like this guy, which he actually soldered the actual wire through the hole, I cut off some of those thin wires which I got from the SATA cable, right, those very thin wires, and I soldered them onto the power wire here, and then pushed those through the holes. It was a bit messy, but more or less I had to do the same thing here, same thing which I did with the other ones. Stick the soldering iron through both ends, so I cleared the hole and then just dumped them in. And that was basically it. After that, I had to cut off some supports at the bottom of the Fire1's casing, so that the 2.5 inch hard drive had some, had basically enough clearance to fit in. Then I would take it apart and let you guys see it, but maybe I might still do it, maybe I might not, but I've learned my lesson from my last one, my last mode, which was, grab it, yeah, which was taking out the SSD and replacing it with a 1.8-inch drive like this. And I fooled around with it too much, I think. Either there's something wrong with the drive. Either case, I fooled around with it too much, opening it up, readjusting it and all that, and well, the drive is not performing exactly well. I'm not sure if I damaged the socket on drive here or the socket on the motherboard, but either case, the drive does not perform very well. Like when it's playing MP3s or any sort of music, it kind of lags, which is very interesting, considering the fact that when I'm playing high def movies and clips, high def as in those encoded in the H.264 format, right? No problem, plays it perfectly. But when you play music, suckers thing lags and stutters. Anyway, I don't have this problem with the 2.5-inch drive, so that's okay. Basically solves most of my problems. I'll let you guys take a look at the Asus Aspire 1 as it boots up in a second. Here's the Asus Aspire 1 opened up. You can see the hard drive is here, and over here is where I soldered the things, the wires and contacts through. So it's not such a good job. I see if I can bring it in a little bit closer. There you go. Not that clear, but there you go. I cut off the heads from here and here, and I used the wires, which you can see here, soldered them onto the SATA power connector, because you just imagine it without these two wires, and you solder it on like that, and then I just poked them through the hole and resoldered it on. So I would take out the hard drive, right, and let you guys see what's on the underside, but I'm afraid I'll break the solder joints, and like I said earlier, the soldering this guy was like hell, so I didn't feel like doing it. And I stuck a little plastic sheet here to protect the PCB of the hard drive and the motherboard from shorting each other out, in case there is any shorts. And then I screwed the whole thing on after I removed all the supports, plastic supports, which was on the case. There was quite a few, so I had to cut out around this whole area. Over here is the GIF socket, which is now rendered useless. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that brief look, and this is IGQ signing off.